Greetings, folks. Greetings to you. Good morning to you. Morning. Evening. Well, it's morning here in Columbus, Ohio. And I am in another room here for today. And this is a perfect setup for me to make a video. I have my desktop here. I have my lamp. And I have the GoPro set up on this desk. So I wanted to try this room here today. I always change environments. I like to do that, but yeah, I'm loving this GoPro. It's very convenient. It's small. You can set it up easily with the mount. Have my clip-on microphone here, and we just ready to party, ready to get this party started. So for today's video, basically, as the title says, it's going to be a commentary video, and excuse the sound here. So they're out here cutting the grass this morning. Well, hopefully you guys can hear me. I have this clip on microphone, so it shouldn't really have any interference. But this video is going to be a commentary like the other video. As I said before, I'm going to make these like a long time ago. After the level up videos, I used to put them at the end, like the outro video. But instead, I'm going to just make a separate video like this, you know, so I can take my time and go through this video. I'm going to go through this whole video, just skip through some parts and talk about them and give my thoughts on them and how I felt about the experience. So after each level up video, I'll do this. Expect the commentary video. So, before I get into it, so for those of you who are new to my channel, many of you, I've gotten a lot of messages, people asking me, well, what does level up mean? Or what does he mean by level up? And, you know, these different terms that I use in the video, like I'm tired of this shit, and it's sloppy, and it's stupid, and, you know, these terms that I normally use. Let me address those here before I get into the video. First of all, leveling up, level up is not a new term. It's a new term in the language community, but it's not a new term, like, you know, when it comes to you know, video games particularly. That's where it came from. If you play video games such as, you know, RPGs, Final Fantasy, any type of role-playing game, Mario, even Mario, they use level up, 7-Up, or they use that. What other games they use that? But anyway, those games, level up, basically, it's a point system. It's a level. You know, you like for the RPG, you have a character, you go through this, you know, these different worlds, fighting these monsters. Each time you destroy someone, a monster, or, you know, you beat them, you get points. They call them EXPs, experience points. And the more experience points you get, how does it go? The more experience points you get, the closer you get to achieving a new level. So if I'm on level 1 and I'm going through a world and, you know, I fight so many different enemies and bosses, after I accumulate a certain amount of points, I'll go to level 2. You know, that's just how it works. So I just use the concept in language learning because it makes the process funner. It's really fun, and it makes sense, and it's applicable if you think about it. Every time you speak with a native speaker, that's experience. It's all about experience, and the more you do that, the stronger you get. That's why I just call it leveling up. You know, the only difference here is, you know, when you fight a boss in the game, you don't level up right away. You just get the points. But I like to say, whenever I go out, I'm leveling up and getting points. I'm just getting both at the same time. So it just makes the process funner and more motivating. And like I said, it's applicable. And if you play video games, it will make it even more fun because it makes sense. So it's all about the people you talk with. And if those of you who've learned a language know that you don't get good in a language by just sitting at home studying. You don't. Now, if you're just learning how to read and you want to learn about grammar, then that's a different story. But if you're trying to be able to converse, you know, and, you know, produce words fluently, the only way you can do that is by organic practice, you know, and that's out in the battlefield or just talking with someone on a daily basis. That's the only way you're going to get that good. So doing that is very effective. So that's where the level up came from. Now, these terms that I use in the video, they're just, I guess you can call it slang, but they're not to be taken literal. They're not literal. Like if I say something is sloppy, it doesn't, I don't mean that it's really, really sloppy. It's not literally sloppy. I'm just saying, I'm describing something that's messy, and it basically means that, man, it was so good. Like it's just good stuff going on. You know, a mess in aisle 5. And, you know, I used to say, oh man, they need to come and clean this mess up in aisle 5. Like if I got into a battle in aisle 5, I practiced with maybe several people, maybe a couple people, and it was a really good level up. Then I'll say, oh man, it's messy. Aisle 5, they need to come and clean this aisle up. It's sloppy. It got syrup and and rat poison all over the floor. Something just silly like that. That's what it means. And then I'm tired of this shit. Again, that's not to be taken literal. That just means that, man, I'm having a good time. That's what that means. Yeah, it's silly, but that's language. That's what it means. So it's, just making it fun again. So that's just an explanation for those of you who are new to this channel and just wondering what those terms are. But yeah, I always make stuff up like that. It just, yeah. But anyway, let's get to this video here. Now, you guys have seen this recent video, Come Here, You Need to Tell Us. Now, these titles are random. Now, oh yeah, that's another thing I want to address. These titles, the original titles are by episodes, like episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I stopped at episode 90 because, no, was it 99? No, it was 99. Yeah, episode 99, because I want to do something special for episode 100. So these titles here that you see, these random titles and quotes, they're just titles that I made up from the video. Just something silly that I've heard in the video, and I say, okay, you know what, I'm going to use this for the title. That's all that is. If you're wondering what those mean. What else? We're 7 minutes in the video. Okay. So yeah, this is the Come Here, You Need to Tell Us Level Up. I posted this. It was already up on YouTube. It was published on the 9th. When did I publish this video? The 19th, on Sunday, but I had it uploaded on YouTube on the 28th. I had got sick and didn't have time to finish the subtitles. But let's get to it. So we had this intro video. I'm gonna go to the first scene. Let me see. Okay, so this first scene here was when I was at Walmart. And Walmart, those of you also who are new, I choose different random places to go to each time. I try to, a long time ago, I used to go to restaurants, Chinese restaurants, Thai restaurants. I used to go to these places, but it started to get expensive, and I was buying too much food, so I had to come up with some different plans and places to practice language. So these days I go to markets, Asian markets, any type of food markets, grocery like Walmart. It could be just basically grocery, and places where you can find a lot of people that hang out and shop, like Walmart. Walmart is a great place, especially the Walmart here up the street. Very, very good. Very, very diverse. So here, I was up the street, and this particular Walmart is very good because it's very diverse. And on this side of town, there's a lot of people from Ghana and Senegal. There's a lot of people from, not Senegal, people from Ghana and Somalia. So I have a lot of opportunities to practice those languages here at this place, or just any other place in this area. But this first scene, I spoke with a couple of Ghanaian women, and that's, that's the thing. I'm not fluent in Tree yet. I'm still learning, but these people, when I talk to them, maybe my pronunciation isn't perfect, but you see how they react. You see how happy they are when you start talking with them every time. It doesn't matter what your level is or how bad you pronouncing the words. If they can understand what you're saying, they're going to be happy. They appreciate you taking the time out to try to learn their language. It's like that all the time. If you guys have seen these videos, when you follow these videos, you've seen that every time. So this particular scene was very, very fun. I enjoyed talking with the women. They were really excited. They were trying to invite me to church, and it was just crazy. And it's very motivating. Tree, right now, I'm still learning Tree. I had a partner. I don't meet with her anymore. So it's kind of like really difficult for me to really sit down and get into tree in more in depth, because it's not an active language. Right now, my most active language is Somali. So basically all I'm doing with tree is just leveling up, just going out, talking with people. That's what I'm doing. And it's just learning the battlefield for now, and just to maintain it and not to forget anything. I'll occasionally revise some things, but for now, I'm doing stuff like this, just going to the markets to practice, everything. But that was a fun scene, very motivating, and it made me want to really get back just to keep my tree going, because it's very, the language is huge here in Columbus, Ohio. So let me see, what other scene? The second scene, I believe, was a Vietnamese woman, right? Yeah, the second scene was a Vietnamese woman. Yeah, so like I said, it's a very diverse place. Variety of people. So the Vietnamese woman, that was a pretty good scene. She wasn't really, she wasn't talkative. She wasn't very talkative, but I was still able to produce words. Anytime you're able to produce, even if they're not talking much, they quiet. If you're able to produce words and they understand you and they're reacting, that's leveling up. If you're trying to produce words and they don't understand you and they're just like, okay, I don't get you, you're not leveling up, because they don't understand what you're saying. So I don't really have much to say about the Vietnamese. Yeah, and then also I know it's silly, because I don't prepare. When I go out and level up, I don't prepare for these videos. I don't like say, okay, I'm gonna do Vietnamese today, so I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna go up and I don't prepare. I just go in the field, and it is what it is when you see it. So when you see me walk up to people and ask them certain things, sometimes it'll be silly. I ask them silly things, but like I said, I don't prepare, so it may be very, very silly for you. You say, why did he just ask her that? So it's just random, especially, it's like, oh man, I see this person, and I know she's from somewhere, I want to practice, so what should I ask her? So the first thing that comes to mind is what I ask them. So maybe if I prepare, then I can ask for better things, but I don't prepare. Because I feel that I don't think it's natural to prepare for this type of situation. I don't prepare for these. I just like to do it in a natural way, because if you try to prepare, especially for language, when you get in front of the native speaker, they not, when you try to use certain things, you're not going to probably remember them, because you're going to try to like, oh man, I just learned this at home. Oh, what was it? That's not natural, So that's why I don't like to do that. I like to just get out there and just whatever comes to mind, I just use it. And then what was the next thing? It was a Filipino woman. I spoke with her a while ago. She didn't remember me though. And then the Somali woman, of course. And Somali people are so nice. Like they are so nice. We have some issues. People saying, oh, they always bring a religion, but I don't want to get into that in this video. But in general, the Somali people are very, very, man, I love them. I love the Somali people. They see you try to learn the language. They try to help you. I have yet to have a bad situation, a bad experience with the Somali people. They've all been nice to me, and I've gained a lot of points and learned a lot just from talking with these people, and it's motivating, you see. So I enjoy speaking with the Somali people. And the thing is, many of you know that for the religion, Islam, the women, they don't really see, they have this thing that they're not really supposed to talk with other men, especially if it's like, if they're not working at the store, or they not, like me just being random, they're not really supposed to do, they don't really do stuff like that. That's like not even part of the religion and their culture. They don't do that. It's awkward to them. For most of them, it's awkward to just start talking to a stranger. Like, I don't work at Walmart, so it's like, why would I want to talk? I'm not asking them anything about the time or whatever, So mostly when you see them in the video, you probably notice that some of them, they have like this, they feel like they have a little bit of discomfort when I approach them, because that's because it's not normal in their culture for this random man, especially I don't look Somali, so they like, what does this guy approach me for? But you see that once I start speaking to them in Somali, they just open right up. They like, wait a minute, hold on. And that's motivating. That's very motivating. I love the Somali people, and that's why that language right now is my most active language, and it's going to be active for a long time. The next scene was the Cantonese woman. She was nice. She was nice. I got to practice some Mandarin and Cantonese with her. What else? I don't want to spend too much time because it's a long video. Then I went to the Asian market right up the street. I'm in a great area to level up. And I spoke with the Korean guy at first. I knew he was Korean. He just looked Korean to me. And then I practiced with the Chinese guy. That was interesting. What else? So I've been here before. This is Saraga. And I practiced with some Indians, some Nepalis. Yeah, see, Nepali is going to be a language that I learn in the future. I told myself that I need to improve Hindi first. I'm still on the ropes about which one I should do, because Hindi is a very, very useful language as well. But the Nepali people here, it is ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. Right up the street, I know a bunch of Nepali-owned places. It's crazy, And like, as I said before, when you have situations like those, you have opportunities where you can practice a language, you need to take advantage of those. The more people around, the faster you're gonna learn a language, and the more opportunities you're gonna have. And Nepali is definitely a language that I'm going to be learning in the future, because it is very, very interesting. What was next? Spanish guy came. I spoke with him before. Nice guy. And then there was a Somali girl in the aisle. She was born here. She didn't really speak much Somali, but again, producing words. Whenever you get producing words, they coming out your mouth, they can understand you. That's leveling up. You getting it out. You practicing. That's oral speech. So I try to, practice as much as I just try to see, she said she was born, and I know she wasn't speak back in Somali, but she understood what I was saying, which was a good thing. So, all right. And then, there was a Nepali guy. He looked Japanese to me for a minute, to be honest. I thought he was going to be Japanese. And then the Chinese girl, that was fun, talking with her. She was surprised. What else? And I think I went back to, Chinese girl again in the aisle. And then I went back to Walmart. Let's see. Oh, and then when I went back to Walmart, I ran into these East Africans. I thought they were from Ghana at first. It looked Ghanaian to me. And it turned out that the guy was from Kenya. That was interesting. He just busted out Swahili. I was like, you guys from Ghana? And he said, Habari Yako? And I was like, is that Swahili? I don't know why he did that. That was very interesting. He just threw it out there. But those were nice people, very, very nice people. Look how nice they were. Like they every time. That's just how it is. The experience. You're not gonna, like, it's gonna be very rare occasions when you meet people who are gonna be very hostile and not want to talk with you. That's the percentage is very small. If you guys have seen these videos, you know that percentage is very, very small. People are generally nice. I loved speaking with those guys. And I read a comment, someone in the commentary said he was speaking Kikuyu when he asked me something. And I was confused. I didn't know what that was he was asking me. I was like, man, but that's interesting that I don't know why he was throwing out those different languages like that. But yeah, Swahili is another useful language here in Columbus. A lot of Somalis are from Kenya. A lot of them migrated over there during the war. So we have a lot of them here. They come up here as refugees, and they speak Arabic, Swahili, Somali. Swahili is a very useful language here in Columbus. And it was interesting because I remember when I was taking Swahili at the university, I was like, man, I can't find any native speakers. And this whole time, those Somali people, not all of them, but a large percentage of them speak Swahili. But that was an interesting encounter. That was really interesting. I got let me see. Who was next? Oh, I think it was a Japanese family. Yeah, Japanese family. Yeah, that was interesting. People would say, oh, you know, I know many people wondering like how can you tell if they're Japanese? Like I can't even really explain it. But I guess after being into the languages for so long, doing Chinese, Japanese, Korean for so long, and interacting with people, because that's the main thing. You have to interact with the people. Meeting these people very often. I've been to Japan a couple times, but well, I've been there 3 times, but that's not enough to really start to see how these people look, how you can tell they're Japanese or not. This is just from my experience, just from interacting with the Chinese people and Japanese and meeting these Korean, Japanese people at these different universities, and the mannerisms. It's like it's a lot of things. The way they dress, the mannerisms. I can tell right away if they're Japanese. It's just something about them. I can tell they don't look Chinese. They don't look they don't look Korean. Sometimes it's tricky with the Koreans because sometimes Koreans can look like Japanese people, but I'm telling you, when I see a Japanese family or a Japanese person, I could tell they're Japanese. And I just think that's just based off experience. But they weren't very talkative. I just said a couple things and, you know, asked them a couple questions, and that was about it. And yeah, it was fun. The lady's face, that was funny. Yeah. It's fun. It's funny talking with them. Yeah. Nice people there. Nice people. Okay, what else we have here? Oh, and then the Amharic. That's another language that's very, very useful here. Amharic, very, very useful. This language, I love this language. I really do. And these people, I don't know. It's something about them. Like they don't look. Now, sometimes they do look Somali, and some Somali people are from Ethiopia. But like when I saw them, I knew right away they were from Ethiopia. And there's a lot of them here in Columbus. So yeah, that was an interesting encounter. I didn't get to hear the Amharic as much. And that's a thing that I find in here lately. Being out in the fields, I haven't heard much of this language. People asking me, and I'm sure the more I get out there and speak with the native speakers, I will hear more of the language. But most of the people, they just responding in English and asking me English questions. But it's all good. Like I said, producing. You know, if I'm producing the words that coming out my mouth and you can understand me, I leveled up, and that's experience because you understood what I was saying, and that's oral practice. So yeah, that was a fun encounter there. Nice people. Let's see. Oh, and then this Macedonia. This was very interesting. I heard the language. I'm like, is that Russian? Like, no, that's not Russian. That's not Russian. It sounded Slavic, but I wasn't sure exactly what it was. And they said it was Macedonian. I've never met a Macedonian person in my life. Like this was the first time in face to face. I think I met some online, of course, but face to face like this was my very first time. And I know Macedonian is similar to Bulgarian, but I forgot all my Bulgarian, so I couldn't practice with them. Otherwise, I would have leveled up some Bulgarian with them. Yeah. But they were busy, and at least they responded. I asked them what language it was, and they told me it was Macedonia. Now, this next couple, the women from Senegal, that was very interesting. Very, very interesting. I was trying to listen to the language. Like, man, I couldn't hear what the language was. It didn't sound like, it wasn't obviously Somali, and it wasn't Tree, because I know what that sounds like, but I couldn't hear the Wolof, and that's what they were speaking. I haven't heard enough Wolof to get my ear used to that language to be able to hear it when I hear someone speaking and know what it is. But they were nice women. I enjoyed speaking with them. The woman, she was confused. She's like, how's your name? Musa. Where's your dad from? It was funny. That was really, really funny. But again, they were nice, they were genuine, they were willing to practice. And like I said, it's always going to be like that. But you got to keep in mind, when you go out in the field, don't expect that everybody's going to be nice, because you got to just expect someone to have a bad day. You're going to meet those people. It's going to happen. But the percentage is low. Okay, let's see what's next. We're getting to the end of the video here. We about 20. Oh, cashier, the guys from the POW, speaking Hindi with him. Yeah. And we're coming to the end of the video. The most interesting part of the video with the kids at the end. I saw 4 Asian guys. I was like, oh my God, it's over with. You see, for me, I'm gonna tell you, that right there that's the candy store for me. When I see a group of people, that's a candy store. Like, because I know that I'm about to get multiple Asian languages in. I love that. When I saw them, like, there is no way I'm gonna let them go. No way. But when I heard them speaking, I was like, okay, I heard like they didn't have any accent. So I'm like, man, maybe I'm not sure if they'll be able to speak, but you know what, I'm gonna try anyway. They seemed a bit, when the guy, I guess because they didn't know much of the language, so I don't know, maybe, I don't want to say they were intimidated, but maybe they were embarrassed a bit because he didn't know that much, especially the Cambodian guy, because I greeted him. And I know I said it right. I greeted him and I told him, I was like, look, I want to practice Cambodian with you now. He didn't say anything. He was just trying to get out of there quick. So I was unable to get more conversation with him. Then I tried to speak with the guy. I think the other guy said he was Vietnamese and Cambodian. I don't think he knew much of the language because he didn't respond when I tried to speak to him in Vietnamese. And then the guy asked me about Tagalog. He asked me. I didn't even get to him. He said, hey, have you ever studied any Filipino languages? And that's when I busted out the Tagalog, but he didn't respond as well. He just laughed. And then we had the last guy, the Chinese guy. Now, he knew his language. He knew the language. He spoke Cantonese. I tried to speak with him in Mandarin first. He said, oh, I speak Cantonese. Like, nah, you ain't. Like, no, where you going? Okay, you don't speak Mandarin. Where you speak Cantonese? Where you going? Where you going? Get back over here. You're not getting off the hook that easy. But yeah, it was all right. It was all right. I wish I could have. It would have been even more epic. It would have been even more epic. Wait a minute. Yeah, it would have been even more epic if had they been able to speak. You know, I'd have got them there one by one. Started with the Cambodian guy, because this was my plan. I was asking the Cambodian guy. I was gonna greet him, speak with him for a little bit. You know, get him to ask me some questions, and then I was gonna switch over to one of the other guys. I was gonna pick him off like that. That was my plan, but it didn't work out. So, but you know, it was still good, and I'm sure in the future I'll have some more situations like these. I love groups, and I can't wait till the day comes when I meet a group of people from different countries. Like I'm talking, like for example, one person's from Korea, one's from a Spanish-speaking country, one's from Japan, one's from Somalia, one's from Vietnam, you know, Arab-speaking country. Like that's what I'm looking for. I like those. Those are the type of levels that I enjoy. Any group level up, or any group of people who are from, you know, they could be from the same country, but it's just them being in a group because somebody's going to be screaming and be very surprised. So it's always good to level up with people in groups. Very, very good stuff. But anyway, yeah, that's the end of the video. That's about 30 minutes. This video was an hour long. If you guys haven't seen the video, I'll post a link in this description so you guys can go check it out. It's an hour long, but it's worth it. You know, just take your time because the next level of video won't be out for a while. I need to do some editing. So yeah, just if you guys have any questions about anything, let me know. Otherwise, thanks for viewing, and I look forward to any comments that you may have. Take care. Have a good day.